Hello everybody, my name is Margaret from Warm and Fuzzy Soapery, and we are going to be testing a couple of molds today. Our friend July at Winston and Walter, she makes the silicone molds that we use, and she was nice enough to send me a couple of molds.
Other people use them too.
Yeah, to test, because you're always adding on to her line. Now this is a cavity mold. And it also has a lid, but I'm going to use the lid on the bottom to basically just support it, so I can pick it up and not have things spill. So when I pick it up, I'll pick it up from the bottom here. And we are going to make a salt soap tonight, a salt bar, right? Now the benefits of a salt bar are just there's so many good reasons to use salt in a bar of soap, but one of the problems is if you're making a salt bar in a loaf mold like this, it gets really hard really fast, and if you don't cut it fast enough, then you just can't cut it. You'll have to use a knife because it's hard for the wire cutters to get through it. So we were looking for something like this, where you have uniform size mold to use as a salt mold. So we're gonna use that for that tonight.
Per hole, 2.8, 1 by 9, 2 inches. Yes.
Yes, and that 1 by 9, and we rounded up to 2 when we were making the measurements. So we did 2 by 2 by whatever you said the deck was.
275 by 2 by 2.
Yeah. So that's how we figured out the capacity was. We did those numbers times each other, like we found out the cubic, and then we did times 0.4, and that's how much oil we used. And then we did it times 15 because there's 15 cavities. So we were talking on a live last night about algebra and math.
There you go.
We did some math in today, okay? So we figured out we need 70 ounces of oil.
There's going to be extra.
There's going to be extra because we are I'm putting 15 ounces of Himalayan sea salt in here. Is it scented? Why, yes. We are making a signature blend, like what I did there.
Hello again, Margaret. Nice.
This is a combination of orange.
Is it a house blend?
It's a house blend of orange essential oil and sparkling grapefruit.
July, I saw that. Hang on one second.
What?
She wanted to know, will the salt absorb oil? So you should make mention about how we had to change.
Okay. Oh, yes. So the salt does change the way that the soap turns out, right? So had we used our regular recipe, the salt really just completely dampens the lather. And in fact, if we used our regular recipe on this, it would have no lather, and it might even feel kind of slimy. So what we did was we really increased the oil that would give you the most lather, which is coconut oil. We were going to do 100% coconut oil soap, but we added, I'm going to give out the recipe because you know what?
Yeah.
Here we go. We're doing
free recipe with
80%, yeah, you can include this, July. You can write it up. We're doing 80% coconut oil, and we're doing 10% shea butter, and 10% castor oil. So that's the recipe that we're using for this.
Now what that did was, coconut oil is very drying. Mm-hmm. We do have a 20% super fat.
With a 20% super fat.
So that cut down, the coconut oil is very cleansing, so the shea butter cuts on the cleansing, adds to the moisturizing, and the castor oil is great for bubbles, and it also draws moisture to your skin.
Right.
So it's not as harsh a soap.
And the salt is going to...
Still enough bubbles because of the salt.
What are the other things that we learned about the salt today? Besides the fact...
Tons of minerals.
The minerals...
Slightly exfoliating.
Mm-hmm. And the slightly exfoliating is going to give you like a shine to your skin, almost.
You're going to glow.
Yes, you're going to glow. You're going to glow.
Love your apron, Miss Margaret.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I got this apron at Big Lots.
You're adorable.
Thank you. So, and then, okay, we're also putting in, and where did I put it? There is color in this. We are going to put...
you still need to use you still use the aloe juice? You don't need to, but we did.
Yeah, you don't need to use aloe vera juice at all, but we use aloe vera juice in lieu of water. And again, that's more for the moisturizing benefits. So again, coconut oil can be a little bit drying, so we really up the super fat. Normally we do a 3% for super fat, 5% super fat, but with this soap we're doing a 20% super fat, and that is just to keep some of that oil unsaponifiable, right?
Super fat means it stays coconut oil when it's
it doesn't change
it's not
in the process of saponification, and so it won't be as drying. So that's why we put the extra coconut oil in. And so we're also going to use some rose, kale, and clay.
How long will this one cure?
Same amount of time, probably.
It's probably going to get hard pretty quick, so probably won't have to cure as long, but it will.
Yeah, we're going to probably do the full 4 weeks. So we're putting some rose, kale, and clay in here, and I got a little extra for the tops because, you know, I can't do my swirl. I have to do something, right? So, should I tell them?
Sure.
All right. So we have some little rosebuds that we're going to put in the corners on the tops. Am I going to swirl them, or we'll leave it flat? I'm going to leave it flat.
Leave it flat. Just put the three little elegant little three rosebuds.
It'll be very elegant looking. Is that what you just said?
I just said that, yeah.
Okay.
Where have I heard that before?
That sounds so, So, okay, so I'm going to get ready to get started. I'm going to put my gloves on. But I want to say that when I'm doing this, we're going to put the salt in, but I'm not going to put the salt in right away because I want to kind of get to a little bit light to medium trace, because if I put the salt in too early, it'll just sink to the bottom, and we don't want that to happen.
So this is a case where I will not be yelling about it.
Yeah, he won't be saying, stop stick blending, but we don't know how this fragrance is going to react.
As I said, I just made the same soap today.
Oh, did you?
There you go.
This is our first time making a salts one. We've done Brian's soap before, but not
Which
one
is, again,
with such a high percentage of salt.
Right.
So I'm interested in how it's going to turn out for us too. So I know you like the brine bar.
I do.
So.
That's my favorite one. So it came out great. Cut it at 2 hours. There you go.
2 hours. Yeah, see, you have to. Normally we wait 48 hours before we cut our soaps, like the slab molds, because they stay really soft for a really long time. So you're saying you cut it in 2 hours. There's no doing that for us. I don't have that kind of,
I'm curious to see if it'll pour out nicely all the way to the end. I'm kind of curious about that myself.
Yeah. So, all right, so I have my oil. I need my lye.
Just happen to have some right here. That's the big one. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm going to get a spatula for the just in case. I think I'm going to mix the color in now.
Okay.
Right? Because
Mix it with the fragrance?
But we don't know what the fragrance is going to do. So if the fragrance accelerates and we put that in, then we have less time. Right?
I'm going to put it in anyway.
I know, but I'm going to make sure that I'm going to...
I think it'll be, it's not going to make a difference whether you put it in now or put it in.
Now I'll put the fragrance in after. But I'm going to put the colorant in now.
Alright. Away we go.
Yes, away we go.
Are you putting it on a tray?
I have, who said that? July? I'm not...
Will the lid be safe enough to hold the entire batch? Yes, I think so.
Yes, it'll be safe enough to hold the entire batch. It does bow a little bit, but I don't plan on picking it up off the table. I plan on just kind of pushing it over to here while I'm making the next soap, and then just keeping it on the table overnight. So it's not really going to be an issue. It's not going anywhere. So this rose clay, it looks kind of like maroon, not maroon, but like a dusty, like that brick color,
Well, in there,
brick red. But it will lighten up, especially with the coconut soap, because That's a very white soap.
So you can see that's lighting it up because you had normal products too.
And we did not do our normal water discount either. You know what? Do you want to get a tray for this or no?
No, just need to pour it there.
Yeah, I just want to.
It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to be that much.
So it's turning more into like, it looks almost like a coral pink here.
So in 2 hours you can unmold. Probably I'm going to leave it. Let it get.
Yeah, because
totally
it's
hard.
it looks like it's going to give us nice crisp corners, and I don't want to clip the corners or get them
I
all
want to keep it in
denty.
there as long as we can, and show that no matter how long we leave it in there, you can unmold it because of the mold.
Well, it doesn't really do much with this fragrance. It's a nice.
It's essential oil, so don't do it. It's not
It
really
slows down.
floral, right?
No, it's not floral at all.
Yeah, the fruity ones I think slow it down a little bit.
Plus, it's full water. Looks much more pink on the camera.
It's a nicer thing. It's going to lighten up though.
Oh, you're taking all my flowers out for me?
Yeah, so you don't have to take it in the...
Wow, it's really staying quite fluid.
Jinx it.
And plus coconut oil. Doesn't that stay fluid for a really long time too? I think that might be an issue.
I think you just let it set up.
Just sit here and talk for a moment?
Yeah, that's the whole point of it.
Alright. So what's new? Tonight we talked about what we were having for dinner. I'm going to add the salt when it gets a little bit thicker. So I don't want it to just sink right down to the bottom. So I want to get to some kind of trace first. And this is really, really quite fluid right now. So on the live this afternoon, we were talking about what we were having for dinner, and he said we were going to have purple broccoli that we got at the out east last week at the farms. And when we were eating it, I'm like, wow, this really tastes a lot like cauliflower. It was purple cauliflower, not purple broccoli. That was a really bad story.
So she called me stupid and smacked me in the face.
I'm like, people are like, yeah, oh gee.
Is sodium lactate the same? It's pretty much the same idea because
It's similar, but you wouldn't put this
it's a
much
salt.
sodium lactate in your regular soap.
Yeah, it's just another. Well, I mean, soap itself, when it's not, is actually a salt.
My mom did just tell me about another movie we could watch. I think she said it was on Netflix. I forget what the name of
Who
it
knew?
was.
I knew. I'm a well of useless information. Well, it
Yes.
came in handy right there, isn't it?
What?
I said it came in handy right there, right?
Yes. Yes, it did.
How's it doing?
It's not doing anything.
Can you see it? Check it out. You're getting a little bit. You're getting there. I just don't want by the time you get to here. you're
No,
like,
I understand.
I shouldn't have done so much.
I wonder if the salt thickens it too.
Well,
Once
probably
we get
will.
the salt in. I mean, it'll feel thicker. We watched two videos today, and one video, the first person that we watched, I don't remember who it was, she was stick blending, and she's like, yeah, and you want to really get the stick blender in here and make sure, because you want to make sure that the salt didn't clump up. And then the next person in the next video put the salt in and was like, and you don't want to stick blend at all at this point.
Well, that's because she didn't want to break up her big salt. Sorry.
Oh.
She had the big chunks of salt. Jen's back. She had some chores. All right.
Smelly kid. Yeah, you don't want to be the smelly kid. You all know who the smelly kid was.
I do both when I make salt soap. I you go.
All right. Well, that's helpful.
I guess it's a you do you.
I'm buffering?
Yeah.
That's got to be the Wi-Fi here.
Might be me.
Or it might be you. Maybe it's time to shut down completely. All right, now I'm at a light trace. I think I'm going to put a little bit in and just see how much it sinks.
That's pretty good. You see it? Give me a top. See how the bubbles sitting up there?
The bubbles are coming up because the salt's in
No,
there.
I know, but it's leaving an indent. It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can put that in there. Just stir it with the
Spatula?
spatula.
Yeah, and they said in the videos today that, yeah, it's sitting on top there,
Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
that the
And it's light because it's not as
the
heavy.
salt going in is going to make bubbles. And it is. It's making all these little air. It's like the La Brea tar pit or something. See what I
Sorry,
did
missed
there?
the beginning. How much salt are you adding?
We added, okay, so for the entire batch, we decided we were doing 70, or was it 80 ounces?
We're at about 20% at this
And
point.
so we're doing 20% salt. We put a little bit less than 20% salt. I did about 13 or 15 ounces of salt. And it is kind of clumping up, so I'm going to use the stick blender a little bit, because the salt is getting clumpy. And then I'm going to pour.
Geraldine, what slab is here? It's been a while. She just ordered. Thank you, Geraldine. If you're on.
Now we're going to pour. And we pour.
Look at the blue on this silicone. Goodness. Okay, I want to officially say that that's a lot of soap.
In the thing? Or that we made? Yeah, we made a lot of soap.
It's because I used full water.
Yeah.
Salt soap is one of my biggest sellers.
Is it? I've never tried a salt soap
Yes,
either.
you have. We have the end. We've been making the end.
I know
salt soap
that,
for
but that's
years.
not like this. Not this much salt.
It's all salt. It's all salt water. It's just a different way of getting there. Do you need to bevel? Probably not.
I don't think I'm gonna bevel this one.
It's lovely. The bars last so long.
On Sirius XM, 90s alternative.
Not as much as I thought. Yeah, it's not as much as I thought.
I
Right.
just want to kind of tap it down a little bit.
Looks good.
All right. The rest in here. Over here.
Oh.
So I can fill up a little later. Now I wouldn't put this in soap dots because.
Can you give me that so you can put these things in here?
Yeah.
Well, those are staying pretty fluid. Yeah, you don't want to mix that in with the other stuff.
Because it's, you know, such a different recipe and exfoliating and stuff. I wouldn't want people to be shocked and surprised with something new. Can you wash that? And so then I'm gonna take my rose buds.
Brooke splitting? I'm about to go watch The New Exorcist. Oh no. See you later, Brooke. Oh wait, did you put the fragrance in? Yes, you did.
I did put the fragrance in. It smells good. Oh my goodness, you just gave me a little bit of a
Listen.
heart attack.
Thanks for that, Tucker.
We've had these rose petals for these rose
Well, I
buds
used
for
to
so
use them
long.
for pictures.
I'm glad we found a use for them. And now, you know, like if you're going to, you know, bathe or whatever with these, you would remove the rose buds before using, because that would just be.
Well, they'll get you dry and
Yeah, you don't
just turn brown anyway. Start with black.
But for the look,
It'll be all pretty for the pictures. Are you going to cut the soap?
there's no soap to cut today.
No. This one is going to set up.
This is gonna, each one of these is gonna be its own bar.
I was thinking instead of a line, just do like this.
What do you mean?
Like do it clump together like that instead of a line across like that.
That's what I was trying to do.
Just put one in the corner and then two in there. That's okay.
Here.
I like it.
But that one got away from me. I apologize.
That's okay, honey.
Please don't lock me in a closet.
Again?
No?
That's a big bar, no?
It,
These are all individual bars.
yeah, these are all going to be individual bars.
Where did you find the molds? Those bars are huge. These were delivered right to us from Winston and Walter. She didn't have them out yet, but
I
they're
wonder
coming.
how much they're going to weigh.
We're gonna find out. But
This
yeah,
is the Winston and Walter cavity mold, and they're not available yet.
coming soon.
This is, I'm testing them, I'm helping July, we're testing these molds, seeing, you know, how quick we can get these out to everybody.
I would say it's probably gonna be about a 5-ounce bar.
You think it's going to be that big?
Yeah, I think so. It's kind of deep.
Yeah.
It's a good size bar. 4.5 to 5. And unapologetically tea. If you are curious about the that mold, you see Winston and Walter when you mold July right here.
Yes,
That's what
she
she's
is
right
the
under
mold
you.
maker.
She's right under you.
I'm here to
commenting.
answer any questions that you might have.
What size are your bars typically? 6, a little more
Yes,
than 6 ounces.
our bars are a different shape.
I have one. Oh, I forgot what it is. This is the breast cancer soap, but these are typically our size of bar. It's about 6 ounces.
You think I should put a little sprinkle
Of what?
of the salt or no?
No, because it's small. It'll just look like dust. I think it's cool, simply with just the flowers. Want one of these, Margaret said. Hello, Julie.
Hello, Julie. Last one.
Julie, we made a salt bar, which Margaret is now
Garnishing.
bedazzling with rosebuds.
So, because I wanted to see how easy it was to unmold, and look how easy it came out. Well, this one's already done. But look how cute it is. And we weighed it this morning too. I'm gonna weigh it again. But this is such a cute little size. It's such a nice little cube. Well, rectangular prism, because it's not a cube. So this one is the salt bar, and we put the roses on it because it's so, it's a luxurious bar.
Don't forget to mention what mold you're popping
I was
out
just gonna say, I am popping these out of my tester.
of. Hi, Ro.
Hey Ro, this is the tester cavity mold from Winston and Walter. She's talking about some changes that she's gonna make to it. We tested it yesterday, and how cute! The corners come out perfect. I'm not gonna bevel these because they look too cute. I'm gonna do the outside edges first. I think that'll make it easier to do the inside. it out.
Display.
Yeah, I was gonna, but then I changed my mind. And I thought there'd be a lot of holes in it because as we put the salt in to the mold, into the oils, you could see the bubbles coming up, right? This is the Winston and Walter cavity mold, and
Prototype.
it's a
Not ready
prototype,
yet.
so it's not ready yet. We're just testing it. I'm testing it, and I don't think I'm the only person testing it, but like I know Kitty has the other mold, right? So we're testing and making sure that everything is, and I had a little over pour, so I'm just pulling the edges off to make it
For this one.
that perfect cube. So this is the only one?
You're the only one for that.
Oh, I'm the only one for this one. Okay.
Great.
I love it. I love the shape. It's cute.
Okay. That would be cool to make like dish soaps too.
Yeah.
Except we have the round.
Yeah, we have those round ramekins. I'm just gonna.
So shiny.
It's so adorable. I like how it came out like this mottled look. This we used the rose clay, and it's a house blend of citrus fragrance of a grapefruit and orange.
You said house. I
did say house blend.
You said.
It is a nice chunky bar. It's a big bar. It's the same weight as our regular size bar, which is much taller. And
Love the shampoo bars.
Thank you.
Said it so many times. The bar looks the same. That'll last a long time.
oh, the end soap is similar to this.
The brine bar.
Similar, but not as much salt. So look at how cute. Cute. I'm liking these,
Hey Lisa.
and I just can't wait to use one. I thought that this middle row was going to be a little bit awkward. So let me talk through some of the
Is that Cooper? Yes, that's
that is Cooper drinking. Some of the pros and cons of the mold so far. I'm saying mostly pros. I love the fact that it's one mold that has 15 cavities, so it's not like 5 or 6, and then I have to have another mold and another mold. What?
You have a hippo over there.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's Cooper. He's a big boy.
Or a camel. And I love
Kaylee said, is there a name for those?
these are, which I think we're just gonna call them the salt bar, right?
Spabo or something?
Salt spa,
Yeah, something like that.
salt life.
Hey Jen. Yeah.
Maybe Salt Life. Everything around here, because we live by the ocean, everybody has these Salt Life things on their cars. They love the Salt Life. This is Salt Life right here.
The cons
So let's think. Cons
of
the mold. Well, the cons would be maybe that the lid is a little bit, it's not like a tray. I know you mentioned this morning.
She said too thin.
You think it's too thin? I don't think it's too thin. I don't, because I
wouldn't make
have
it-
those. Can you hand me that Crafter's Choice one right there?
Yeah, I wouldn't make it much thicker, do I?
So I was afraid that it would be hard to unmold the middle. I think if you make it any thicker, it will be hard to unmold that middle, right? So I have this Crafter's Choice one, and these were already unmolded. But I hate unmolding this because maybe it's because it's a different type of silicone, but it's so hard to pop them out of here.
How would you tap out the bubbles?
Well, what I did yesterday was I kind of did this a bit to tap them out, and then I also.
Yeah, that's it.
Would I walk around carrying it like this? No, but this is good enough to. It's good enough to pick up and
You can
keep it
transport
level. You can certainly transport
It's fine.
with this
These
lid.
are-
And I know you said something about making the lid bigger to make it easier to come off if people are covering it, like because you could cover it to insulate it, but I don't know that that's necessary either, right? If you're going to use the lid as a base to carry it, then obviously you can't cover it unless you pick it out and put it on maybe something else if you want to transport it. But if it's going to be in the same spot, like if I was going to make soap here and then leave it till tomorrow and put the lid on it, it's fine. You don't have to.
I think it's fine to carry it too. I don't think.
Yeah.
You know, it's.
I don't know that I would change anything about this one.
No.